Okay, try number two.
Hope everyone can find us again.
Technology is great, except when it doesn't work.
Right.
So when we we've got one back.
One's come back and found us. Hi,
Jason. Jason, you're first. You win the prize for today, which is absolutely nothing.
Amada's back.
Yep.
Iris is back. Amad, do you mean that you're having trouble with the sound?
It's probably the whole thing.
There's 7 of them back already.
Wow, cool.
Only 1 thumbs up, though.
There's a big race coming back.
There we go. Tracy Eldon Smith.
Hi, Tracy.
Hello, it's good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you. How are you doing, dear?
Well, I'd love to see Belgium. There's a whole mess of places I didn't make it to. My bucket list has got holes in it.
The image and the circle going round and round, buffering again.
Well, I don't have anything on in the other room. There shouldn't be any. Thank you, Ahmad. Appreciate that.
I didn't see what he said.
He said he'll always come back to you.
Thank you. Fine on Big Waves End. Okay.
Why not, Tracy? What's going on?
Howie. Hello, hello. Good to see you too. The virus is on.
Oh.
Us here too.
Well, you can't be more on the up than we are here, that's for sure.
Actually, I'm not surprised. It seems to be that way all over the world.
Yep. I really dislike it when I'm right. And I was right about this one because I said it's gonna come in and everybody's gonna panic. And then whenever things kind of settle down a little bit, everybody's gonna go crazy.
Welcome back,
and it's
Howard.
Going to come back even harder. And sure enough, it has. Just like the plague of 1918 and 19. People got lazy, got complacent, and it came back and killed more on the resurgence than it did the first time around.
Well, hopefully that's not going to happen here.
Yeah, I hope not. But I'll tell you what, this is, people are taking this thing much less seriously than they should because the death rate isn't all that high, although it seems to be increasing.
I haven't even been outside, but it just makes me want to clean my hands when I talk about it.
The thing is, this particular virus is mutating
minute by minute
at an inestimable variations. It seems to be getting tougher.
According to
it's
something
affecting
that
more and more, different organs.
According to what I read, it resequences the RNA in our bodies.
And that's the precursor to DNA, so that's a bad thing to alter.
Yes.
So we could end up with literally
all kinds of bad
a
things.
change in the whole human genome because of this virus. Now that's kind of scary.
You got that right, Howie. Avoid, and avoid some more.
Well, it's like I said, I literally, other than a couple of necessary trips where I didn't even get out of the truck, I have not been out of this house since the 4th of March. So that was a long time ago. And I'm not taking any chances with my lungs and COPD. We're very careful about when Kate goes out. We try to get our trips organized so that it is essentials only. And even then, as much as she can do
Tracy, that's
without
terrible.
contact, we try to do it that way.
And you should see what I go through when I bring groceries into the house. I have what's called a sanitation station in our garage.
People say to me without masks that they had it.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Well,
I bring things into the garage and I have a table set up. I have masks, I have rubber gloves, and I have a spray bottle full of alcohol. And I take things out and spray them down before they ever go into the house. Things that cannot be sprayed down are left in the garage unless they're frozen stuff, which have to come in. But everything else stays out there for at least 3 to 4 days. Hello, North Shore
Hi, North Shore.
Preparedness. It's good to see you.
And you're right. Microbes have been evolving for billions of years, not just millions, billions.
For as long as they've been around. That's part of how they stay alive.
There's no way that we can beat them. They're just...
You're out in public all week long at Home Depot, but I can say we are compensated for the hours I work. Yeah, Happy, and from everything I've read, Home Depot has a mandatory sanitizing or cleansing policy that's a little better than most. I'm glad you caught us too, North Shore. It's good to see you.
Easier said than done to avoid all those pathogens. And the thing is, it's not a good thing to avoid pathogens, to be honest with you, because that's how we build our immunities. Over the eons, that's originally how we became immune to smallpox and measles and chickenpox and things of that sort. We had to get it.
And build an immunity.
And then, like, for example, if our 10 generations back grandparents got something, then the resistance to that was literally passed down genetically. So, maybe after 10 generations,
yeah,
they even then still had an immunity to certain diseases. Now, the ones that came along that knocked us on our ass, like polio, we weren't ready for those. We were not ready for those. Now, the fact that they were able to develop a polio vaccine is nothing short of a miracle. It goes up there on a cure for smallpox. It goes up there on the cure for the measles vaccine, things of those sorts. Big killers that if left untreated, those things are really, really bad. But things like this COVID-19, which are flu-like, they're very, very hard to protect against because they're inhaled. And that's what makes them so tough.
North Shore Preparedness remembers chicken pox parties in the community when he was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember that, and measles too.
Or somebody in the neighborhood get chicken pox and everybody go over and visit that kid. Because they wanted to go ahead and get it over with.
I know the good, thoughtful mamas in the neighborhood when I was growing up always waited for somebody to get it, and then we all went to their houses.
Yep.
And I did not know it at the time, and my mom didn't either, but I am immune to that because as a small baby, I had shingles. And the shingles antibodies...
There you go, avoid inhaling.
The shingles antibodies apparently keeps you from getting chicken pox as well.
I've heard that.
I never had chicken pox.
I don't know.
And I was around a lot of folks that did.
Well, I'll tell you the one that knocked me on my butt is I got the mumps as an adult.
Ooh.
And it migrated to my testicles, and I spent about a week in hell. I really did. It was just awful.
Mumps gave me hallucinations because it drove my fever so high.
Oh, man.
I was a 10-year-old kid, and I was hallucinating all kinds of weird things.
I got that while I was in Turkey, and that was a bear.
Ouch is right, Jason.
That was a bear. I mean, when your testicles are the size, and I don't say this to gross anybody out, but
not.
softballs, like 2 softballs, and oh my God. One of my worst memories. One of my worst. That was a bad day at Black Rock, that's for sure.
Hot water of 80 degrees and soap kills COVID.
On your hands.
On your hands.
Yeah, you can't breathe that, though. See, that's the problem. And COVID is not a problem when it's on your hands. It's a problem when it gets in your lungs. And there's very little we can do. And they are now finding that it is airborne.
Which they said it wasn't.
Supposedly, just a few weeks ago,
that could
they
be one
said
of the
it wasn't
mutations,
airborne.
Though.
There you go. And it's and the thing is, these microbes are tough. They have one purpose, and that's to survive. Well, 2 purposes: survive and propagate. That's their only 2 purposes in their what you could call their lives, and that's it. That's all they're good for. Well, yeah, washing your hands is an essential part of sanitation. But if you've got something that is airborne, washing your hands, while effective for certain parts of it, is not as effective as we might like to think.
Washing your hands and sneezing on someone at the same time doesn't help.
Wearing the masks, again, there's a lot of controversy about whether or not that's really effective.
And it also
I'm not even
depends
going to
on the
weigh
kind
in
of
on.
mask.
I'm not even going to weigh in on that because there's really,
Avoid airborne by avoiding sick people and where they have been.
yeah, that's about all you can do. Which is what I've done, by being isolated. I'm not. It doesn't change my lifestyle that much anyway, since I very rarely go out anyway. Even if everything was fine out there, I don't go out that much. So for me, it's been a minimal disruption on my lifestyle, and I don't have to work.
And
So.
the virus has made my life easier. And I know that sounds weird, but before the virus, there was not a lot of delivery to the house. There was not a lot of curbside pickup and that sort of thing. That was just beginning. And now I can call up my local grocery store or get online and go to them and order everything I need and just run by and pick it up and it's done. Iris says she likes to work. I agree, Iris. It can definitely be some benefit to having masks.
Yeah, they are, pretty much drawing a line on these masks.
It is here too, North
There's
Shore.
some folks I know that are vehemently opposed to wearing masks, and hey, more power to you. But what can you say?
Only one new case in a month on his island, and that was from someone that went to Asia. Well, that's wonderful.
Oh, I wouldn't be going to Asia this time of year.
Googles too, please. Goggles,
Yeah, they're.
because they can get in.
I don't know that they've proven yet that it's transmissible via mucous membranes and stuff, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I have no idea how many new cases we've had in Texas this week.
A bunch.
I know that a couple of weeks ago it was over 1,200 in one week.
There's.
I don't know if it's gone up or down from there.
There's a tally in the newspaper pretty much every day about how many new cases and how many deaths we've had and so on.
But I don't believe in
Not
newspapers
exactly.
except to line the bottom of the bird
Not
pages.
exactly good news, that's for sure.
Right.
Nope.
Wash your runners with Lysol when you come home from being out and about.
Runners. Oh, your shoes?
Must be.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, goggles can't help but help because, around your eyes, you've got, the mucous membranes, and that's a very easy path to get into your body.
One of the first things they said was wash your hands and don't touch your face when you're out in public.
Yep.
So
I read the other day that on average, we touch our faces over 200 times a day. And I thought that's ridiculous. And then I kind of started making sort of a mental note of every time I just kind of touched my face. I think they're right.
And you have to count when you press your
Yeah,
glasses
press
up.
my glasses up, and that's probably 100 times a day right there. Yeah, a sprayer. If
like the one I use at the sanitation station.
The day might be coming whenever we set up, sanitation stations like they do for radiological exposure. You just walk through a mist like you're going into a
Clean room.
stage 4 bio.
Stay away from people.
Sterilization
people.
area.
Right, Howie.
That's a good one there. That's okay. Now stay away from people. That's a good one. Staying away from stupid people. That's almost impossible.
But it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yep, stupid is as stupid does.
I made a 15-minute video the other day. I was surprised by how many people trying to touch my face in 15 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. I do it a lot because I sit like this a lot.
We don't realize it. We just don't realize it. It's.
George just allergic to stupid. I can't say I'm allergic because I do stupid things.
You must be sneezing and coughing all the time, then, partner.
Wearing my mask doesn't protect me, but you. That's right.
That's right. The mask is not for me; it's for you. And people don't seem to understand that or appreciate that fact, and they don't want to wear them. I've run into quite a few that are very much opposed to masks. Okay, go for it. But
North Shore thinks you're funny today.
Well, then my job here is done.
He says that a lot when he makes me laugh, which is often.
That's my lot in life is to be the what they call it, the
class clown.
oh, thank you. That wasn't what I was going for. The comic relief. That's what
There
it
you
was.
go. find the factory that's pumping out stupid people and I'll shut them down. Oh, I would love to find
Class
that one.
clown. So you see me as the class clown, huh? Thanks a lot.
Well, that was always in my school. That was the one that was always cracking
That
jokes and
was
making
the-
everybody laugh.
And that was the one that was popular. Yeah.
Mhm.
It only took me 70 years.
Thank you, North Shore. Look, Iron Firehorse is
Hi.
back.
Hello, Iron
How are
Firehorse.
you? It's good to
see
see you. Comic relief is great, Jason says.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, one of the things I learned a long time ago is if you can't look at the world with a sense of humor, then you're one miserable soul. You really are. If you can't see the humor in situations, if you can't see how funny things are, if you can't appreciate the ridiculousness of a lot of situations,
Oh, really?
then you're just going to be miserable, you know. And I've known people like that. They
Yeah, I have
they
too.
see no humor, they see no amusement, they see nothing funny. You know, they don't laugh, they don't smile, they don't. Man, if I went through a day without laughing, I think I'd probably die. Even if I just
Wow,
laughed at Kate.
that's wonderful, Happy.
What's going on?
Home Depot gives away free masks to anybody that wants them when they come in the store.
Well, that's good for them. You know,
Same here,
Home
I'm
Depot
sorry.
is a responsible corporate citizen,
I don't
and
think
there's
so.
not many of those around. There really aren't. Yep. Yeah, Iron thriving on humor. Without humor, I guess it's just a sad situation. It really is.
Without humor, people take themselves entirely too seriously.
That's for darn sure. And the thing is, people who have no sense of humor are very, very boring.
Yes.
They really are. It's really boring. What? Who is that making all that
That was
noise
Gandhi.
over there?
That was Gandhi.
Yeah.
He thinks he should be out. I'm hoping not.
Yeah. Afraid not, you guys. You're just going to have to wait it out.
I need to find a way to
We
get
even-
them
we
to
had
the
to-
vets.
we-
My arms are beginning to look like I've got measles or something because their nails punch holes in me.
We closed the blinds too because of the mowing that's going out in the back, or they'd be screaming bloody murder. So once we get off the air here today, we'll reopen the blinds and let them have their view back.
It's not as hot here today as it was yesterday because that little bit of rain that came through brought some cool weather with it. Yesterday it was 97. I think today it's like 92, 93 out
I
there.
don't know. We got a nice little breeze out there too.
Yeah. Well, we had the breeze yesterday, but it was just
Yeah,
blowing
it's
hot
a
air.
hot breeze.
Irene says her breathing has improved with wearing a mask. Unintended consequences. Apparently, it keeps out the allergens. Yeah, I know a lot of people
Well,
have
that's-
just said
yeah.
that, Irene.
Yep.
And Howie, I stay positive with an attitude of gratitude. I think about all the things that I have to be grateful for, and that makes me very joyful.
Here's my number one right here. There's a couple of things I kind of say to myself pretty much every morning when I wake up. Usually it's, Lord, thank you for another day. And then it's thank you for my Kate. Thank you for my Kate.
We have a mutual admiration society here. We both we think that the other one is the best person around.
Well, when I say my prayers at night, I always ask the Lord to bless you twice because I want to make sure He doesn't miss it.
Hi, Just Me. Thank you for dropping in. It's good to see you.
Oh, good. She can walk farther.
Excellent.
Still just hours. That's great. Good news. Glad to hear it.
Irene, I'm glad you're feeling better. I really am.
Good coffee today, by the way.
Thank you.
Good coffee.
I drank mine early. So, Jasmine is just me. I'm trying real hard to keep channel names and people names hooked up in my brain, which is not
I've
always easy.
kind of given up on that. I really have.
I know,
I'm no
but I
good
still
at it.
try.
I'm just no good at it. I have enough trouble with one name, and people have two. It's just more than my little brain can handle.
No, you just got spoiled in the military where everybody
Yeah,
had to wear
that's
their
true.
name on their chest.
That's true.
That's
Yep.
like- I used to be able to memorize numbers. I had all kinds of things memorized, and now I don't. I forget them. I can still quote my driver's license number that I got when I was 18, but I can't tell you what my number is now. It's different.
I can still remember the original service number that I was given when I joined the Air Force in 1967. That was a long time ago.
Oh, I like that. Now we can call North Shore whatever.
Yep. Iris, I don't actually go through the whole quiet time or reading the Bible every day. I should, but I don't. But I do say my gratitudes is what I call them, is my gratitudes. And I'm grateful for a lot. I definitely am. Oh,
Service numbers are hard to forget. I agree.
yep, they are.
I think Just Me must know Howie.
You think?
I do. Just Me must know Howie. Just Me says much love and respect always fellow earthlings. That's a Howie
Yeah, that's a
line.
Howie line. You're right.
Yeah. Do I know Olivia de Howie?
Well, not anymore.
No, she died quite
Long
some time
time
ago,
ago.
Ahmad.
But she was a good actress. Yep.
I do know, however, I do know Carol Lombard.
Well, she's not around either.
I know, but my sister's name is Carol Lombard. She married Steve Lombard. Her first name is Carol, so she was Carol Lombard. Then she
Okay.
remarried, and she was Carol Hotchkiss. But
Iris, that's very true. Everybody's walk is different, and I guess we really shouldn't try to define anybody else's walk. So that's kind of where I'm at. Okay, old phone
yeah,
numbers.
same here, Irene. David and I do a thing every day, or try to do it every day, called having an old timers test,
Yep.
where we do something, try to remember something. Like sometimes for me, it's where did I put the keys last time I used the
She
truck?
fails that one a lot.
Yeah, because I tend to forget where I left them.
She loses her phone. She loses her,
I lose my dentures.
yep. I was
That's how
going to
bad
say
it
she
is.
loses her
Sometimes I lose
teeth.
my dentures.
Those are hard to find.
Uncle was James Cameron, not the priest. Oh, really? Cool.
James Cameron. Okay. Yeah, I tell you what, the last several years on the internet, if you can remember internet details, you're a far better person than I am. Because
Well, for one thing, with
one
the
thing
internet,
I got
Hmm?
though, go ahead.
with the internet, we know more people. There are more names to remember. And with most people, you have a channel name and a name, your first name. And so you have double the names to remember. So
Well, one thing I've not had to remember or re-remember is my email address.
me either.
I got onto Gmail back when you needed an invitation to get a Gmail account. Now,
Me
there
too.
were like 10 or 20,000 people in the whole country or world, I guess, had a Gmail email address, and I was one of the first. So when I got WebWriter, that has been my email address since roughly 1994.
94.
Yeah.
And
So
Kate
as soon
Dancing
as
has been
I-
mine since 96.
Yep. And I gave her that one. I
Yeah.
gave her her email address.
And he issued the invitation that got me into Gmail.
Yep.
And you're right, Sean, twice as much to forget.
Yeah, there you go. Twice, 3, 4 times as much. I mean, it's just, I can't remember stuff. I mean,
That's why I put my name as part of my channel name. So I could remember both.
however, I believe I can still remember the name of every dog or cat that I've had pretty much through my whole life.
I couldn't do that.
I sat down this was a long time ago, but I sat down one day and I wrote down the names of all the pets that I had had through my entire life. And I know I missed a couple of them because there were a couple, like I had a cat up in North Dakota that I only had for like 3 or 4 months before we moved out of North Dakota, and I, gave the cat away. Nice little Siamese cat, but just couldn't take it. We had a brand new baby daughter, just weeks old, literally weeks old. And we just couldn't, we couldn't decide whether we put the kid in the cat carrier or the cat. And so we decided we had to leave the cat behind. So.
Irene, I thought about getting a second set of keys to both of our vehicles. That way we could both have a set to either vehicle. And when I found out that it was going to cost me almost $100 for each duplicate set, I put a key rack up outside the back, or just inside the back door, and we now hang the keys there, and whoever needs to go uses whatever set is there.
Well, in fairness, that wasn't the key. That was the
yeah, but no, for the Hyundai, it was for the key itself, because there's something built into the key itself as well.
Well, in any case, yeah, it's prices for everything gone up, including keys, I guess. Okay.
Fob, that's the word. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sean.
the fob.
Yeah,
those are very expensive.
Gone are the days when you go down to Home Depot and get a $2 key made and have a duplicate. Just doesn't happen anymore.
Last time we had keys made, it wasn't too bad when we went up to Canyon Lake and went to True Value. That wasn't too bad.
But it wasn't car keys. It was house keys.
It was house keys, and I thought we had a couple of car keys made too, didn't we? No? Okay.
Howie, our car and truck are old enough, we still need the key.
Yeah, there's...
My mom drives a brand new Lexus, and it is lovely, and all you have to have is the fob in your purse, and you can get in and out and start it and stop it and everything else. So my dad just loves spoiling her with new fancy cars.
Whether she wants one or not.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes she's not real happy about getting a new car. Irene's the only driver for this car ever, so
she got the car back from being stolen. Wow, that's cool.
Wow.
That doesn't happen very often.